You good? Think so. All right. Hopefully everyone's having a nice Wednesday. Uh, pretty chilly out today. Yeah, we're gonna talk NBA, we're gonna talk NHL, and then we're gonna do NHL tier list / power rankings. Before I do, let me grab a water. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, so first talking NBA. There's 6 games yesterday. First game I got to talk about is the Magic beating the Warriors 121-113. For the Warriors, Steph Curry with 34 points, Jimmy Butler with 33. Then for the Magic, Desmond Bain with 23 points, Anthony Black with 21. Franz Wagner with 18, Wendell Carter Jr. with 17 points, 12 rebounds. Tristan Silva with 15, Jalen Suggs with 13. Next up, we got the Pistons beating the Hawks 120-112. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham with 25 points, 10 assists. Jalen Duren with 24 points. Dennis Jenkins and Duncan Robinson both with 14. And for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson with 25 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 24 points. Onyeka Okongwu with 21. And yeah. Next up, we got the Boston Celtics beating the Brooklyn Nets 113-99. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown with 29 points, Peyton Pritchard with 22 points, 10 rebounds, Derek White with 15 points. And for the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. with 25 points, and Deron Sharp with 16 points as well. Next, I got the San Antonio Spurs beating the Memphis Grizzlies 111-101. For the Grizzlies, Cedric Coward with 19 points, 11 rebounds, Jaren Jackson Jr. with 18. Then for the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox with 26 points, Harrison Barnes with 23 points, Keldon Johnson with 18. Next, we have the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Utah Jazz 140-126. For the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen with 31 points, Keontae George with 34, Yusuf Nurkic 10 rebounds, 10 points, 10 rebounds, Ace Bailey and CV Mihaluk with 13 points. And for the Lakers, Luka Doncic with 37 points, 10 assists. Austin Reeves with 26 points. DeAndre Ayton with 20 points, 14 rebounds. LeBron, his first game back, I believe, 11 points, 12 assists. And Jay LaRavia with 16. And then last game we got to talk about NBA. Last NBA game as the Suns beating the Trailblazers 127-110. For the Suns, Devin Booker, Colin Gillespie with 19, Mark Williams with 15, also Iko Daro with 14. Then for the Trailblazers, Shadon Sharp with 29 points, Danny Ivey with 19, Caleb Lowe with 17. Games tonight, we got the Rockets and the Cavaliers, the Raptors and the Sixers, the Hornets and the Pacers, the Warriors and the Heat, Nuggets and Pelicans, Wizards and Timberwolves, Kings and Thunder, Knicks and Mavericks, and Bulls and Trailblazers. On to the NHL games. First game we got to talk about in the NHL, the Maple Leafs beating the Blues 3-2 in overtime. For the Blues, Dalibor Dvorsky with a goal, and Nathan Walker with a goal. Then for the Maple Leafs, Steven Lorentz with a goal, William Nylander with a goal, and Jake McCabe with a goal. The Nylander goal happened in overtime. Next up, we got my Detroit Red Wings. We got the Red Wings beating the Seattle Kraken 4-2. Ellie Tolvanen with 2 assists for Seattle. Jordan Eberle with a goal, and Riker Evans with a goal. The Red Wings, Lucas Raymond with a goal and assist. Alex DeBrincat with 2 assists. Nate Danielson with a goal and assist. Dylan Larkin with a goal, and Emmett Finney with a goal. Next, I got the Tampa Bay Lightning beating the New Jersey Devils 5-1. The only goal for the Devils being Nico Hischier. And for Lightning, Jake Getzel with a hat trick, Nikita Kucherov with a goal and assist, and Darren Radish with a goal and 2 assists. Next up, the Winnipeg Jets beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-2. The 2 goals for the Blue Jackets, Miles Wood and Zach Werenski. And for the Jets, Mark Scheifele with 3 assists, Nino Niederreiter with 2 assists, Adam Lowry with a goal, Kyle Lowry with a goal and assist. Josh Morrissey with a goal and assist. And Neil Pionk, with a goal and assist as well. And Logan Stanley with a goal. Next up, we got the New York Islanders beating the Dallas Stars 3-2. For the Islanders, Kyle Palmieri with a goal and assist. Callum Ritchie with a goal. And Bo Horvat with a goal. And for the Stars, Tyler Seguin with 2 assists. Jason Robertson with 2 goals. Next, I got the Chicago Blackhawks beating the Calgary Flames 5-2. For the Flames, Matt Coronado with a goal. And Rasmus Anderson with a goal and assist. For the Blackhawks, Ryan Donato with a goal. Connor Bedard with a hat trick. Oliver Moore with a goal and assist. Next up, we got the San Jose Sharks beating the Utah Mammoth 3-2. Both goals from the Mammoth being JJ Peterka. And then for the Sharks, Macklin Celebrini with a hat trick, including the goal in overtime. And the final thing I talk about is the Vegas Golden Knights beating New York Rangers 3-2. For the Rangers, Vincent Trocheck with a goal and Johnny Brodzinski with a goal. And for the Golden Knights, Brandon Bowman with a goal, Ben Hutton with a goal, and Shea Theodore with a goal. Tomas Harder with 2 assists. And in terms of the hockey games tonight, we got the Oilers and the Capitals, the Flames and the Sabres, the Hurricanes and the Wild, and then the Bruins and Ducks. So yeah, that was all the. Let's get into the. Just gonna give me one moment here. Yeah, let me. All right, here we go. For first thing we got is the Carolina Hurricanes. They beat the Canucks in overtime. They lost to the Oilers, and then they beat the Bruins. So the Hurricanes, they are tied for first in the Metropolitan. 27 points, 19 games. I think they probably got to go S tier. Yeah, they got 13 wins. Yeah, I mean they're tied for first in the Metropolitan. Makes a lot of sense that they go S tier. See, next up we got is the New York Islanders. Yeah, they beat the Mammoth, lost the Avalanche, and then beat the Stars. Oh, and they also beat the Golden Knights as well. So yeah, very long road trip. They've been very successful. 24 points in 20 games, pretty decent, I would say. I'll probably put them B tier. Seems like they're on a little bit of a roll here. They're really, it seems like they're playing really good hockey. Yeah, B tier for sure. See, next up we got the Buffalo Sabres. They lost to the Mammoth, lost to the Avalanche, beat the Red Wings in overtime, and then destroyed the Oilers. They're in last place in the division, but I mean they're playing in a very tough division. So, the Sabres are still not very good, to be honest. I'll probably just put them D tier. They did get a couple good wins against the Red Wings and the Oilers, but I mean outside of that, really not. They just kind of like they're not that good of a team, to be honest. They're not F tier, not quite F tier, but they're definitely D tier. Next thing we got is a team right above them, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost to the Kings in overtime. They lost to the Blackhawks, and then they did beat the Blues in overtime. Yeah, it's been a very disappointing season for the Maple Leafs. I have to say, it continues to be very disappointing. They have 20 points in 20 games. I mean, probably C tier. Again, I think I've definitely said this before. Typically, if you have like the same amount of points as you do like the number of games you play, you're typically like a C tier team. That's pretty much, you're pretty much average. You're pretty much like an average team. So yeah, C tier for the Maple Leafs. Fair enough. Next up we got the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, they lost to the Kraken, beat the Flames, and beat the Blue Jackets. So yeah, good, decent results there. 24 points in 19 games. That seems very good. I'd probably put them in A tier. Yeah, really not much else. Really not much to complain about if you're the Jets. They're probably gonna make the playoffs again. Yeah, I mean they're playing very well. I think A tier is very comfortable. See, next up we got is the St. Louis Blues. So they lost to the Flyers in the shootout. They lost to the Golden Knights, and they lost to the Maple Leafs. So yeah, it's not good for the Blues. Probably have to put them in F tier. Strictly just because they're just like I don't know, I mean, like 17 points in 20 games. That's not good. Yeah, I think F tier kind of like they're definitely like front of F tier though. They're not the worst team in the NHL, but they're probably bottom 3, I would say. All right, next up we got the Minnesota Wild. See, they beat the Ducks and they beat the Golden Knights. Again, that seems like very good. Very strong, actually pretty strong wins there. Actually, I think those are definitely two very good wins there for Minnesota. 22 points in 20 games. That's pretty. I mean, it's decent enough, I guess, for B tier. Yeah, I think B tier sounds about right for Minnesota. Seems like a pretty fair like power ranking there. I mean, you could also. I mean, you could make an argument for C tier. B or C tier. Nah, I'm gonna put them C tier. Very front of C tier though. Very close to B tier. Very close to B tier. All right, next up we got the Boston Bruins. So they lost to the Senators, they beat the Canadiens, and they lost to the Hurricanes. Very up and down results. They have 24 points in 21 games. Still pretty good, I would say. Things. Do I put them? I'm gonna put them B tier. Yeah, again, 24 points, 21 games. That's pretty good. Nothing too terrible, but nothing too elite either. Seems about right. Let's see. Next up, we got is the Calgary Flames. They beat the Sharks. They lost to the Jets and lost to the Blackhawks. They have 13 points in 21 games. The guy left here. Again, I think I said this last week and like the other weeks as well. I think until the Flames start to like get out of like that, if they get out of like that, the least amount of point spot, they're going to be in F tier for pretty much the whole year. Really just a bad team, not playing well at all. You have to put them F tier 100%. Next up we got the New York Rangers. Beat the Lightning, beat the Blue Jackets, but then losing to the Red Wings and losing to the Golden Knights. So again, like the split results there, they got 22 points in 21 games. Again, that's pretty average. C tier. Like it just seems like a very average like. Um. Actually, I could consider D tier. Nah, I'll leave him in C tier. I'll leave him in C tier. Uh, for now. See, next up we got the Washington Capitals. Let's see, they lost to the Panthers, lost to the Devils, and then beat the Kings. Capitals are currently bottom of the division. They're 20 points in 19 games. I'm not. I don't think they're quite D tier yet. I'll put them C tier. Just I don't see any reason why you would put them, in D tier yet, unless they go on like a big losing streak. Not quite. I'll keep them in C tier for now. But guess again, it could be. If they continue to struggle, I'll probably consider them B tier. All right, so next up we got is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, lost to the Rangers, beat the Panthers, lost to the Canucks, beat the Devils. Very back and forth results over the past week. 22 points, 19 games. Seems good. Seems decent. B tier. Not really much else to complain about there. Yeah. Whoop, I accidentally turned off my phone. Alright, we're good. Yeah, B tier. Seems about right. See, next up we got the Chicago Blackhawks. They lost to the Devils, but then they beat the Maple Leafs and they beat the Flames. Again, the Blackhawks, they continue to be a very surprisingly good team this year. They have not fallen off. At least not yet. They have not fallen off yet. They may eventually fall off, but right now they're playing good hockey. Gotta put them in B tier again. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't put them in B tier. Yeah. See, next up we got the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, they beat the Blackhawks, beat the Capitals, and lost to the Lightning. Obviously, losing to the Lightning, not the best look, but Devils still tied for first in the division and tied for first in the overall Eastern Conference. No reason to put them out of S tier just yet. They're still playing. They're still playing very well. Really. Oh yeah, I think S tier, right along with the Hurricanes. Them and the Hurricanes pretty much like right there at the top. Seems logical. All right, see, next up we got the Colorado Avalanche, who they beat the Sabres and they beat the Islanders. The Avalanche are really on fire this season. They have 31 points in 19 games and they only have one regulation loss. Yeah, they gotta go S tier. The Avalanche are cooking this year. They're not messing around. They're the only team with more than 30 points in the season. Yeah, S tier, without a question. A pretty obvious S tier as well. Let's see. Next up we got the Columbus Blue Jackets. They beat the Oilers. They lost to the Rangers. They beat the Canadiens, and then they lost to the Jets. So again, up and down results for Columbus. I think it only makes sense to put them C tier. A lot of the teams in the Metropolitan just feel so average to me. These three teams just all are like bundled up like together, and like a little like a package kind of. Like they're all just so like they all been playing so like average, like so mid. Yeah, I think I may have to put them C tier. Let's see. Next up we got is the San Jose Sharks. They lost to the Flames, lost to the Kraken, and they beat the Mammoth yesterday. Let's see, they got 21 points in 20 games. Again, that's not too bad for the Sharks standard C tier. Yeah, I mean, again, that seems like very average. Um, yeah, C tier seems fair. See, next up we got is the Pittsburgh Penguins. I Let's see. I mean, they played 2 games against the Nashville Predators, then they split for the international series, whatever. 24 points, 19 games. Again, that still seems very good. A tier. They only played 2 games this week. It was against the same opponent, so really not much to judge off of. But yeah, I mean, again, based off like their amount of points and the number of games they played, still gotta be A tier. Next up, we got the Utah Mammoth. Yeah, beat the Sabres, lost the Islanders, Ducks, and Sharks. So, yeah, it seems like the Mammoth are starting to fall back down to earth a little bit here. 23 points in 20 games. They're if there was like a tier between B and C tier, I would 100% put them in there. It's tough. They're like right in between, I'll say. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, put them B tier, but they're very, very, very close to fall in the C tier. They're like that close. Like, I think if they go on like another like losing streak, I think that's probably when you have to tilt them down to C tier. Let's see, Anaheim. Next up, we got the Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, they lost to the Red Wings, lost to the Wild, and then beat the Mammoth. So yeah, I mean, Ducks 25 points in 19 games. They're still up there, very, still playing very like good hockey. I guess. I mean, I think I mean, they have 12 wins. I think you almost have to put them in S tier. I don't really see a reason why you would take them out of S tier. If they lose like a couple more games like next like upcoming week, you could maybe make an argument for A tier, but right now I don't see any reason why you would take them out of S tier as of right now. All right, next up we got the Vegas Golden Knights. They lost to the Islanders. They beat the Blues. They lost to the Wild, and then they beat the Rangers. See, 24 points, 19 games. That's pretty much exactly like the Jets, except they have like way less wins. A tier. Trying to keep my logic consistent. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I mean, they're not as good as the Ducks quite yet, but I think they really could. I think if they one little win streak and they could move their way back up to S tier. Let's see. What's the next team? Ottawa. All right. Next team we got is the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, they beat the Bruins and then they lost to the Kings. So again, only basing off 2 games. 22 points in 19 games though. So that's also just very decent. So yeah, B tier. Yeah. Again, really not really much else to go off of. Yeah. Actually, I gotta use the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna be right back. Oh, we're back. All right, we got, what, 10 more teams to go here? All right, next up we got is the Dallas Stars. Yeah, they beat the Canadians, they beat the Flyers, and then they lost to the Islanders. Yeah, 27 points in 20 games. I think that seems good enough for S tier. Yeah, I mean 12 wins. They're only 4 points behind the Avalanche, so, and they also the same amount of points as the Hurricane Devils. So I mean, I think S tier gotta be. I think S tier makes sense. All right, next up we got the Philadelphia Flyers. They lost to Oilers. They beat the Blues, and then they lost to the Stars. Very mixed results there. 21 points in 18 games, though. I guess I'll probably put them B tier. Yeah. I don't know, they just feel like a better team than like these three teams down here. They feel like a better team, so yeah, I think B tier. Pretty good. All right, next up we got is my Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, beat the Ducks, lost to the Sabres, then beat the Rangers and Kraken. So yeah, 3 wins in 4 games there, 25 points in 20 games. They also got 12 wins. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna move the Bruins up to A tier. I'm also gonna put the Red Wings in A tier as well. Yeah, just again, I'm trying to keep logic consistent here. Yeah, I mean, very good, very good week there for the Red Wings. 3 wins and 4, like I said. They're on top of the division. Them and the Bruins are like fighting along up on the top there. But yeah, A tier. Let's see. Next, we got the Seattle Kraken. They beat the Jets, they beat the Sharks, and then they lost to the Red Wings. So yeah, again, did pretty decent. 23 points in 19 games. Got put probably right at B tier once again. Yeah, I mean, very good for the Kraken. Not really much else to say there. Next, I got the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, they lost to the Blue Jackets, beat the Hurricanes, and then lost to the Sabres. The Oilers have also been a little bit of a disappointment as well. 22 points, 21 games. That's just very average. This team's very average to me. Yeah, the Oilers should be better, but they're just not playing up to like the standards. So, gotta be C tier. All right, next up we got the Florida Panthers. Yeah, they beat the Capitals and then lost to the Lightning. They beat the Canucks. Yeah, 21 points in 19 games. Again, I gotta be B tier. A lot of these teams are like in this B C tier, and I mean because I think like a lot of the NHL I feel like it's just like right at B and C tier right now. They just feel like it. But yeah. See, next I've got the Vancouver Canucks. They lost to the Hurricanes. They beat the Lightning, and they lost to the Panthers. 20 points in 21 games. That's below average. So D tier right along with the Sabres. Yeah. Very trying to keep logic somewhat consistent here. Next, we got the Los Angeles Kings, who beat the Maple Leafs, the Senators, and then lost to the Capitals. So yeah, winning 2 games out of 3, 24 points. 24 points in 20 games. I think that's probably A tier. They had the same amount of points as the Golden Knights, so I think yeah, A tier. Let's see, next up we got the Montreal Canadiens. Lost to the Stars, lost to the Bruins, and lost to the Blue Jackets as well. So yeah, not that great of a week for the Canadiens. They're on a losing streak. Again, yeah, I'm going to put them B tier now. Honestly, at the start of the season, they were really on fire, but now it seems like they're really falling back down to earth. So yeah, I mean, I would probably say like front of B tier, but not quite A tier though. All right, last team we got is the Nashville Predators. They played 2 games. Obviously, like I say, they split with the Penguins. They still only have 16 points in 20 games, so therefore they gotta go F tier. Second lowest amount of points in the league. F tier only makes sense. So yeah, that's the power ranking. Now I just gotta readjust within the tiers now. All right, in F tier, honestly, the Flames are still the worst team, then probably the Nashville Predators, and then the Blues. So F tier is all good. In D tier, I'd probably say the Canucks are probably better than the Sabres. All right, and then in terms of C tier, I'd probably say this is kind of tough actually. I'm going to say Toronto towards the back, then Edmonton, then New York, then Columbus, then I'll probably then say Washington, then San Jose, and then Minnesota. Then in B tier, I'll probably say Utah, then then probably Florida, then probably Tampa Bay, then probably Philadelphia. Actually, I think probably Philadelphia has to be back there. Then Florida, then Tampa. Then I'd probably say then Ottawa. Actually, I'd probably give the slight edge to Tampa over Ottawa. Then Montreal. No, I think Montreal has to be towards the front. Then I'd probably say New York. Between Seattle and Chicago, I'd probably give the edge to Chicago over Seattle. But yeah, I think that's all good. In terms of A tier, I'd probably say LA, then Boston, then Vegas, then Pittsburgh, then I'd probably say then Winnipeg, then Detroit. Then in terms of S tier, I think it probably goes Anaheim, then Dallas, then New Jersey, then Carolina, and a clear number 1 is Colorado. Yeah, I think I like this. That's what I'm gonna go with. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is gonna be the end of the stream. So yeah, we talked NBA, we talked NHL, and then we did NHL power rankings / tier list. So yeah, follow me on all socials, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, follow me on Twitch. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.